Welcome back everyone, Morning Star Workbook Solutions. This is another video on request, a one-shot session. Do check the pinned comment section for all important video links related to your syllabus. Dear students, in today's session, I am also going to discuss Specimen Paper 2, Section D, Question 6 as well. It's on page number 190 of your workbook. So let's begin today's discussion very quickly. The first extract is there on the screen. Where was King Francis? King Francis was in the royal court. Why was he there? He was watching his lions fighting one day, therefore he was there. Which characteristic traits of Francis are described in this stanza? King Francis is described as a hearty king. Number 1, who loved a royal sport. Number 2, he is lively, enthusiastic. So, I have quoted from the text and I have also described it in my own words. And students, see that there are 3 subparts in question number 1. Change paragraphs and write to the point brief answers. Don't worry about the length. Some answers are going to be lengthy and some answers are going to be really brief and to the point. So where was King Francis? की expression क्या है यहाँ पे? King Francis royal court में थे. So this is a key expression. Why was he there? He was watching his lions fighting. ये है key expression. वो क्या कर रहे थे? वो lions fighting, lion fight देख रहे थे. And King Francis's characteristic traits, मैंने यहाँ पे 2 characteristic traits mention किया है. कौन कौन से? A hearty king, he was a hearty king, he was lively, enthusiastic and he also loved a royal sport. उन्हें ये पसंद था, lion fight देखना पसंद था, इसीलिए उन्होंने एक दिन आके अरीना में बैठ के, स्टेडियम में बैठ के अरीना में जो लायन फाइट हो रहा था वो वॉच कर रहे थे. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट आंसर. Who all were present in the audience besides King Francis? कौन कौन थे? Aristocrats, nobles and elegant ladies dressed in their finest attires. Attires का मतलब है dresses. The ladies were dressed in exclusive, expensive, beautiful dresses. They were present in the audience. तो कौन कौन थे? Aristocrats थे, nobles थे और elegant ladies भी थे. So this is the answer. They were present in the audience besides King Francis. And who sighed and for whom? King Francis sighed for the beauteous lovely dame. और ये beauteous lovely dame कौन थी? That is the beloved of Count de Lodge. A woman was accompanying Count de Lodge and King Francis sighed for this beautiful woman. What is suggested by the phrase the ladies in their pride? The phrase the ladies in their pride suggests that the elegant ladies are grandly dressed. अभी मैंने कहा they were beautifully dressed and are filled with a sense of their own importance. और इसे हम क्या कहेंगे? इसे हम self pride कहेंगे. A sense of their own importance, self-importance. The pride of the ladies may be as vicious as the pride of lions fighting. So, this is the answer. Again, 3 subparts. Therefore, I have written the answers by changing paragraphs. Here, there are 3 paragraphs. Students, don't forget to change the paragraphs. And what is it referred to as a gallant fight, as a gallant thing? And why is it so? The spectacular sight of the lion fight is referred to as a gallant thing. So, जो lion fight हो रहा था sand pit में, arena के अंदर, वो एक spectacular grand sight था. And this is referred to as a gallant thing. Why is it so? कारण क्या है? The sight of the lions fighting is presented as a grand spectacle. The ferocity of the lions, the violent nature of the combat are the reasons why the audience must have courage to witness the display of such power and fierceness. So this is the reason why it is a gallant thing. और gallant का मतलब यहाँ पे thrilling भी हो सकता है. So mention this also. So this was a thrilling experience. The audience were witnessing a thrilling lion combat. So just add thrilling experience. Next, explain in your own words the last line of the given extract. Last line क्या है? See, it's there on the screen. The king is looking down. Valor and love. You will have to explain that line in your own words. The king is looking down at the royal creatures below him as he sits on the top of the stadium-like setup, which is packed with valor and love, chivalry and romance. So instead of valor and love, you can also write chivalry and romance. Valor, chivalry, love, romance. Thus, the scene is set with valor, represented by fighting lions, love, County Lodge and his beloved, the king and the lions, capturing the courtly ideals of the era. So this is the answer. Chivalry and romance must be there in your answer. After this, explain briefly how is this poem a ballad? Ballad क्या है? A ballad is a poem or a song narrating a story in short stanzas and has a bouncy rhythm. The Glove and the Lions narrates the story of King Francis's court, where he, along with his courtiers, nobles and ladies, was watching the fight between two lions in sand pit. So this is the first condition fulfilled of a ballad, a story of King Francis court. Second condition क्या है? Short stanzas. The poem consists of 4 stanzas. Each stanza consists of 6 lines. This is condition number 2, ballad ka. Rhyming A, B, B and C, C. Besides, there is an internal rhyme giving the poem a sing-song-like melody form befitting a ballad. So this is the third. The rhyme scheme jo hai, this is the third condition. So in this way, The Glove and the Lions is a ballad. So you will have to justify your answer in this way. Just have a look. I have adjusted the material now. Quickly read the answer. Where were the lions? Who all were watching them? Explain briefly the lions' fight as described in the first line of the extract. The lions were in the sand pit in the arena of the royal court. Ye hai specific answer. Who all were watching them? Again, King Francis, aristocrats, nobles, elegant ladies in their pride were watching them. And explain briefly the lions' fight as described in the first line of the extract. First line में जो है Rampton Road, उस लाइन को हमें डिस्क्राइब करना है. The lions are described as ferocious and fierce, roaring and baring their terrifying teeth. The visual image brings out the ferocity of the combat. The expression ramped and roared is an example of alliteration and auditory imagery as well, vividly depicting the royal sport. Now, dear students, you can write till here also. I have just given you the critical comment so that you can use this in your answers later if required. तो यहाँ तक अगर हम लिखेंगे तो हमें फुल मार्क्स ही मिलेगा, मगर यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा सा डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन किया है ताकि तुम लोगों को ये हेल्पफुल लगे, क्योंकि these points are also equally important. You can utilize them later whenever required. So this is a visual image. Visual image से हमें क्या जानकारी मिल रहा है? Ferocity of the combat, ये है inner meaning. And ramped and roared figure of speech क्या है? Alliteration है और auditory imagery भी है. Roaring of the lion, vividly depicting the royal sport. Royal sport क्या है? Lions fighting. How can you say that the fight between the two lions was quite ferocious and brutal? The lions bared their sharp teeth, ramped and roared. bit, glared, and their blows were powerful like beams. This section is very, very important. You must learn this by heart. The wind moved in step with them. They rolled and wrestled with each other, their roars echoing. The sandpit became a chaotic scene of flying sand and lion manes as they continued their fight. Thus it was ferocious and brutal. तो यहाँ पे भी हम क्या देखते हैं? Again, we have visual imagery, visual plus auditory images. इससे हमें पता चलता है क्या? Ferocity of the brutal combat. Give two poetic devices used in the extract with one example of each. The expression gave blows like beams is an example of simile. Comparing the lion's powerful strikes to heavy beams. Heavy beams हम कहाँ पे use करते हैं? They are typically used in construction, suggesting their strength and impact. Heavy beams construction के काम में use किया जाता है. And the lions also gave powerful blows as heavy, as strong, and as impactful as the beams. The word beams metaphorically describes the powerful blows dealt by the lions. So, we have simile over here. And number 2, the expression thunderous smother is an example of auditory imagery. The word thunderous refers to something extremely loud like thunder. Smother means to cover completely or suffocate. Here it is used to convey the chaotic and noisy scene in the sandpit. Auditory imagery. Ramped and roared भी हम use कर सकते हैं. मैंने पहले ही डिस्कस कर लिया था. Ramped and roared alliteration, you can explain that also over here. Ramped and roared. Alliteration और visual imagery भी है यहाँ पे, alliteration भी है, road auditory image भी है. So there are many such examples in this extract. Since I had mentioned about them before, I mentioned about 2 other poetic devices in this answer over here. So you can choose and you can write and frame your own answer. Any 2 of the following examples. What did King Francis tell the audience? King Francis told the audience a quotation, "Faith, gentlemen, we are better here than there." They were lucky to be spectators than participants in the brutal fight. I have quoted from the text and I have also explained it. हम spectators ही ठीक है. अगर हम participants होते तो हम शायद जिंदा नहीं रहते, क्योंकि ये fight इतना violent nature का है और इतना brutal भी है. What is revealed about the king by this remark? This shows that the king believes that he is superior to the lions, the king of the jungle, and it also reveals his wit. Next, explain briefly the imagery used in the extract. Imagery मैंने पहले ही डिस्कस कर लिया था, इसीलिए मैंने वहाँ पे डिस्कस किया था ताकि तुम लोग वो पॉइंट्स लेके इन आंसर्स को फ्रेम कर पाओ. Now I have explained the imagery in detail over here. Let's see. The roar of the 2 lions in the pit and the brutality and violent nature of their fight is displayed through auditory imagery, and I have given examples. Ramped and roared. Repetition ना हो इसीलिए मैंने यहाँ पे thunderous smother मैंने पहले यहाँ पे explain किया. We must avoid any kind of repetition. Therefore, thunderous smother as poetic device and gave blows like beams like poetic device मैंने choose किया था. अभी मैं जो दूसरा examples है मैं वही mention करने वाली हूँ to avoid repetition. Ramped and roared the lions auditory imagery, stifled roar auditory imagery, thunderous smother भी है auditory imagery. So you can mention this or you can leave it because we have already written it in the previous answer. The fight is described using visual images as well. They rolled on one another with horrid laughing jaws till all the pit with sand and mane in a thunderous smother. So this is the imagery used, and such vivid depiction brings out the ferocity of the combat. This is a vivid depiction of the brutal combat. Next, extract 3, very quickly, just let me adjust it over here. Extract 3. What did D. Lodge's lover overhear the king say? King Francis commented that they were lucky to be spectators rather than participating in the brutal fight. Count D. Lodge's lover overheard this. And what did she think about the king? She thought that the king had made a witty comment and found it to be amusing. She was impressed as well. How has the speaker described D. Lodge's beloved? Count D. Lodge's beloved has been described as a beauteous, lively dame with smiling lips and sharp, bright eyes which always seem the same. This description is there in the text. So read the text and learn from there. She is a strikingly beautiful and spirited woman. मैंने कोट भी किया है और मैंने यहाँ पे briefly own words में explain भी कर दिया है. And why has she been described as always seemed the same? Her piercing, intelligent eyes always appeared unchanged, constantly sparkling and alluring. So, she was extremely beautiful and always seemed the same. Next, what did she think about D. Lodge? She thought assuredly that her lover, Count D. Lodge, was courageous, heroic, and daring as any man could possibly be. Brave as brave could be. The quotation from the text, you can quote that also over here. Brave as brave could be. You can use this also. And what was she sure about? She was confident that he would carry out wondrous things, that is, remarkable and incredible things, to show his love of me. He would prove the depth of his love for her. So, this was what she thought about the Count. After this, very quickly moving on to the next question. Which idea struck her? And what was her real intention in implementing her idea? What was her real intention? She would drop her glove into the pit as a challenge to the Count to prove the strength of his chivalric love for her. Chivalric का क्या मतलब है? Chivalry का मतलब है वीरता, शौर्य. Chivalric love for her. वो कितना मुझे चाहता है. इसे प्रूव करने के लिए काउंट डी लॉर्ज को क्या करना है? पिट में जाके ग्लव रिट्रीव करके लाना है. The idea was not prompted. Real intention क्या था? Idea was not prompted by love solely. The real intention in implementing it was that she wanted to attain great glory, that is, enormous honor and renown. She wanted to be the center of attention. सब लोग उनके बारे में बात करेंगे और वो ये दिखा पाएगी कि उनके जो लवर है वो कितने ब्रेव है. इन दिस वे दिस वुड बूस्ट हर ईगो. सो नॉट लव. Explain briefly the characteristic traits of D. Lodge's lover as revealed in this extract. The characteristic traits of D. Lodge's lover were vanity, number 1, self-pride, number 1, number 2, and number 3, a craving for attention. Attention seeker. She has no qualms. Number 4. Asking, or rather quite literally challenging D. Lodge to go down into the pit by throwing her glove there. So, number 1, vanity. Number 2, self-pride. Number 3, a craving for attention. And number 4, she has no qualms. वो सोची भी नहीं, एक एब्सर्ड आइडिया मन में आया और वो अपना जो ग्लव है वो उन्होंने ड्रॉप कर दिया पिट में, risking the life of her beloved. So, without any qualms. Who is she referred to in the extract? Where did she drop her glove and why did she do so? Count de Lodge's beloved, a beauteous, lovely dame with smiling lips and sparkling, piercing eyes, is referred to as she. And where did she drop her glove? She dropped her glove down into the pit where the lions were fighting. Why did she do so? She did so to challenge de Lodge to go down there. She wanted him to prove his love for her and bring her great glory. A compact answer. I have circled all the key words and expressions. So in this way, you must write your answer. Thus, she devised this test. So, a challenge, a test, a very compact answer. Next. Why did she look at him and smile? She looked at him and smiled as she was challenging. ये love वाला smile और glance नहीं था. She was challenging Count de Lodge. Here this challenge was not expressed in words but simply conveyed by a look and a smile. What does it reveal about her? This reveals her vanity. Once again, she has no qualms in risking Count de Lodge's life. So, it is her pride rather than love, and she is risking the life of her beloved. So, in relationships, in romantic relationships, there is sometimes pride instead of love. How did de Lodge react to her smile? Count de Lodge bowed and in a moment leaped among the wild lions. Unhesitatingly, he receives her challenge. He accepts the challenge. He jumps into the pit and retrieves her glove. Another compact answer. And what forced him to do so? Very important. Understand this. He is not lacking in valor. Thus he does what she wants. He is not only brave, but he is also able to see the lady's action for what it is. Lady's vanity. He is able to understand that. See the lady's action for what it is. He wants to expose the absurdity of her request. So, not only personal bravery, but also a desire to expose the absurdity of her request, which force Count de Lodge to do so, to jump into the pit, risking his own life. And he is not lacking in valor. This is personal bravery. मैं coward नहीं हूं, मगर इसके साथ उन्होंने क्या रियलाइज किया? उन्होंने रियलाइज किया जो बिलावेड है वो सिर्फ लव से प्रभावित नहीं है. She is vain. She has a sense of self-importance and she is doing all these things to boost her ego, and the spell that she cast on the Count was broken and he could see through her vanity. How did de Lodge come back from the pit? Unharmed. Count de Lodge's actions are swift. Past tense में हम लिखेंगे Count de Lodge's actions were swift. He jumped into the lion pit and returned quickly, managing to reclaim his spot without being harmed. So jaldi, unhesitatingly, bravely, he jumped into the pit and swiftly he retrieved the glove and returned unharmed. And how did he react after coming back? He threw the glove back to the lady right in her face, not with a loving gesture as might be expected, but with an implied rebuke or disdain. So there was no love. He realized his mistake. He realized the folly of the beloved and he was filled with anger, disdain, and he threw the glove back to the lady right in her face. And how did King Francis react to it? King Francis approved of the Count's action and concluded that the motivation behind the lady's action was not love but vanity prompted it. The lady's sense of self-importance and a desire to boost her ego put the Count's life at risk. Explain briefly the theme of the poem. The central theme of the poem is the exploration of true love versus vanity. The theme of courage is explored through the Count's jumping into the pit. Li Han seems to be making a statement against the stereotyping of men as macho creatures who are engaged in a perpetual quest to prove themselves to their lady loves. Gender roles, societal expectations, and courtly romance, the courtly ideals of that era. So, dear students, I have discussed this in detail in the line-by-line explanation video. So, just go through that video and you will understand this poem a lot better. And now coming back to the specimen question paper number 2, page 190. So, we have question 6. Rampton rode the lions with horrid laughing jaws. Second stanza. Describe the fight of the lions according to the extract. हमने ये discuss कर लिया है in this session. So, if you have already watched the entire video, I hope you will be able to frame this answer. Ramped, rode, bit, glared, rolled on one another, bared their teeth, foam, bloody foam, and the wind, and dealt blows like beams. हमें ये सब important keywords and expressions इस question में लिखना है. After that, what makes King Francis remark, "We are better here than there"? His own sense of superiority and the brutality of the fight. So, write both these points. We have discussed this also. And what does it tell about Francis? Again, already discussed. Describe the scary scene inside the arena. Mid fight में क्या हो रहा था? फिर दोनों lions अपने you will have to discuss the brutality of the combat. And how will you do it? By writing, by mentioning the visual imagery and the auditory imagery. Identify and name any two devices, poetic devices already discussed. So who is Francis? King Francis, Raja the. What is he doing here? He is watching the lion fight. And what does this tell you about the setting of the poem? Setting of the poem kya hai? Royal court. So this is a medieval background, and chivalry and romance characterized the courtly ideals of the era. So this is going to be your answer.